Right, so what's happening is we are approaching the end of the review period by Department of Commerce for the tomato suspension agreement. Like they said, they want to withdraw from the agreement, but we are contesting that that is not the right move. More importantly, with everything that's been going on in DC, we feel that a 90-day pause would be appropriate. Not only would it give the administration more time to consider the impacts, but what it does is it gives us more time to review what a modernized agreement will actually look like. And that is really the key, because if we let this agreement go into default and eventually terminate, we are talking about not only the loss of jobs here in Texas and Arizona, we're talking about the loss of careers, families being at stake. Ultimately, we're talking about American consumers having to pay more for the 20 pounds of fresh tomatoes that we eat every single year. We're talking about a loss of access. We're talking about less fruits and vegetables, and that means less health.
But is this something that can get fixed at the White House or in Congress? Because if we're talking about Congress, the Florida delegation is very strong.
Right, so this could probably get fixed in any variety of locations. The administration could put pressure on Congress and senators obviously can, and likewise Commerce can make these decisions. But yeah, you're right, Florida is a very vocal contingent, just as the Texas and Arizona contingents are very vocal about maintaining the agreement. And it's been unfortunate that we're seeing states combat each other, but that's part of what today is showing why it is so important that our state stand up and speak on this issue.
The end consumer, the purchaser of the tomatoes in not just Texas, but around the country, what's the impact going to be for them?
They're going to have to pay more for their tomatoes, and that's if they can even access them. As I mentioned during the conference, we're talking about losing possibly 70% of the supply. 70%. Egg industry was only impacted by 50%, and look what that did to egg prices. Think about all the different things we put tomatoes. American consumers are going to pay for that loss of supply, and they may not feel it today or tomorrow if we withdraw, but for sure they're going to feel it by the time winter comes around, and the longer we go without an agreement, the higher those prices go.
What were the key stats that you wanted to read out to the media today?
Yeah, so I think the key stats are, one, the importance. For every dollar of Mexican tomatoes that comes into the U.S., we get $2.67 of economic activity. So that's basically an investment to the U.S. Second, the jobs. We're not talking about some maybe this happens, maybe that. No, you're talking about 50,000 American jobs for sure are gone with no tomatoes. And that's just the guys in the tomato business. That's not banks, that's not insurance, that's not warehousing, that's not government regulators that also play a part in tomatoes. So you're talking about an ecosystem that's going to fall apart. So that's important. And then finally, the biggest stat is that we need Americans to eat more fruits and vegetables. It's no secret the health epidemics that we have in this country. We should be acting to address those, not make them worse by limiting fruits and vegetables.
Anything else you'd like to add, Dante?
Yeah, I think what's important is anybody that reads or listens or watches what happens today, the ask is to take action. Go on your social media, take a picture of a tomato, take a picture of the next meal you eat that has tomatoes and say, hey, I want to keep my tomatoes. There's an effort going on, hashtag save my tomato. Do that, and then call out your elected official. Hey, Congressman X, Congresswoman Y, please tell Commerce to keep my tomatoes, keep the suspension agreement in place.